Hi there, welcome to Colors America. On today's weekend WIP, I'm going to be working on a page that I started in Worlds of Wonder. This is one that I did, I am working on for Mermaid, where I've added my own mermaid. So let me grab a sip of tea here. All right, let's get started. So I am working on this page, and this is the mermaid that I drew in so far. I have been working with Black Widow pencils, and I think I just want to switch to my Prismas because I like my Prismas better. I mean, I like the Black Widows a lot. I'm having some issues with actually wanting to color, so I figured trying to, use the pencils that I love the most on this page will kind of help me along with that. So that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna work on the mermaid today a little bit. So I think I need to get some skin colors, and I think I want her to be I want her to have a little bit of a more tan skin, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna grab my seashell pink and the eggshell, and let's try that sienna brown and see how that goes. We will see how this goes. Okay, so hi you guys. How are you all? I hope you are doing well. It has been, I haven't posted anything for about a week. I am still kind of in that same mode that I was in previously. So it's been a little harder for me to color lately, but I did manage to get a few pages done, which if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some of those. I was very excited to get those pages done, and I'm happy with the ones that I did, but then kind of went right back into not really wanting to color, not really wanting to do a whole lot of videos. So for some reason, this month is just a struggle, but that's all right. It's part of what happens, right? It's something that you just have to kind of deal with. All right, I am not really sure how I want to color her face, so we're just going to add in a little bit of color here and leave the rest of that, maybe a little bit right there. Okay, so add in a little bit of shadow. So let's see what's been going on. I have been back to reading a little bit. Yeah, we had, I don't know if I talked to you guys about this. I think I might have mentioned that we had my daughter's track and field meet was this past weekend, and that was an adventure. It was really long, but it got rained out partway through, so she ended up not finishing her events, and they rescheduled them for another date, and the track coach said that since she just had one event, she didn't have to run into it. She's not the fastest kid, so she wasn't going to place or anything. So he's like, if you guys don't want to go, you don't have to go. And we were like, okay. So we ended her track season on a good note. She got a couple of personal records, so that was good. They're called PRs, just in case you have not heard that term before. So she was pretty happy. She was happy that she did better than she's done before. And, yeah. And then, not yesterday, Thursday, my husband's, he coaches a soccer team, and they won their city championship, and they were so excited. It was so awesome to watch. It rained on us almost the entire time, which was a pain, but My husband made sure I brought our big golf umbrella so that I didn't get soaked while watching from the sidelines. So he was just so excited. So excited. And the kids they were beside themselves with joy. He's been working on doing this for a couple of years. So they were runners-up last year, and then this year they won. So that's awesome. Yeah, so we've had, a nice busy week of all of that stuff going on. And then, lots of stuff going on with my kids' school. My daughter's school had field day yesterday, and that was fun. And they had a whole week of fun dress out days and stuff. And she was really cute this week. She was very worried about, what she was going to wear to make sure that she matched the theme of the day, and it was sweet to watch. Because typically, they just wear uniforms, so they don't really ever have to think about what they're going to wear or anything like that. They just show up in their uniform, and it's done for them. But she got to pick out outfits, and she got to... she was having fun. And then my son's school, so he's in his senior year, and they have, every year they have a walkathon. And on that day, the seniors get to basically pelt the underclassmen with water balloons and water guns while they walk around campus for their walkathon. And so he just had so much fun. He's got several friends who are underclassmen, and he just I soaked them so bad. He said one of his friends, he saw him coming, and he took a water balloon and just hurled it as hard as he could and hit him right in the face. He's like, I felt really bad about it, but then he was laughing, so I was okay. It seems like they've just had a really fun week, and then next week they both have one more week of school, and then they're done for the summer. I will have another high school graduate, which is crazy to think about. And then here in a couple weeks, he goes for his orientation for school, so that's another step in that direction of him moving out in the fall, which is going to be something else. My youngest is not looking forward to that. She basically worships her older brother. He's always been sweet to her, and he pays attention to her and includes her in stuff, and she's just kind of heartbroken that he's going to be gone. Both of her older siblings are so much older. There's 10 and 8 years between them. And she's always been, they've always kind of babied her and stuff. So she is, a little bit of a spoiled youngest. But she just looks up to them so much. And they've just been wonderful with her. And I think she's going to struggle a little bit this year. But we'll do our best. And plus she's starting middle school. I mean, it's not a huge change because the middle school is still all in the same, it's all in Catholic schools here. They are usually kindergarten through 8th grade, and then they go off to high school. And so, she's still in the same school. She's just in a different section of the school, and she won't really have interactions with the same teachers that she's had, so she's a little nervous to head off to the middle school part. But they did have a day last week where they were able to go and hang out with the middle school teachers and kind of learn about what they were going to learn about next year. And the teachers got them real excited. My daughter was really excited about the science teacher because she's like, we're going to have lots of science experiments. We're going to see lots of chemical reactions. We're going to make slime. We're going to do this. And my daughter's like, oh my gosh, it sounds so cool. I was like, please always keep that love of science that will you'll do well if you still have a love for all of that when you get older. Okay. All right, I'm going to add in some blush and some lips to my little mermaid face. Let's see, what color do I want to use? She's got a little bit darker skin. So I think I'm going to try this henna first and see if that gives me the look that I want. And all these layers are really light because I don't want it to be too hard to blend out. Oh, that looks nice. Give her a little bit more. Yeah. I'll just add a little bit of a lip. Tiny bit. Yeah, I like her. Okay. Yeah, let's see what else. So next week my son's graduating. Which, like I said, it's ridiculous to think about. Like, I don't know how I'm having a real hard time with this one. Like with my oldest, it was hard, but this one is hitting me a lot harder for some reason, and I don't understand exactly why. Let's see. I have a whole color palette, but it's on my phone, and I'm recording on my phone right now, of course, so I have to figure out, I can't remember exactly what, I know that there was like this purple and turquoise colors, and there's like I want to say there was a dusky pink color, I can't remember, so I'm going to go with these lavender and mulberry colors, I think. Let's just pull some of those. So I've got this lavender, I like that dahlia purple, and we'll use the black cherry for some shadows. Let me sharpen these really quick. What was I saying? Oh, graduation. Yeah, so next week he's got graduation, and there's a couple of different events. There's like a school cookout one day, and there's, oh, that's not the darkest. There's a school cookout one day. There is a mass that we have to go to. There's, what else do we have going on? Some awards stuff. So we've got a busy week next week. He's so upset because a lot of the times schools will like give the seniors a pass on finals if they've got good grades. He's got to take all of them, even though he has good grades, which he's very upset about. He's like, I don't understand why I have to take them. I said, well, school's making you do it. You got to do it. He's like, all right. So he has finals next week, shortened week, and yeah, I think he understands he's getting close because he's starting to get a little emotional about things too. So we'll see how he does. I hope that it's not too hard on him. I gotta turn my book a little bit. My wrist brace here is not letting me turn my wrist as much as I would normally do, which is probably good. I need to wear this more often when I'm coloring so that I have the right, so I hold my wrist in the right way. Anytime I have been coloring lately, my wrist has been really killing me. So that's another reason why I've kind of been not coloring as much, because it hurts a little bit. And I tend to, like, once I get in the zone of something, I tend to kind of forget that I maybe need to take breaks. So, or I just get into something and I just want to keep going until I'm finished, and that's probably not the best idea. Yeah, I think I want that whole side to be lighter, so I'm just going to go ahead and color that out. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap there. Let's see. He's also, what else we've got going on? We've got an open house today to go to for my niece. My niece and my son are the same. They both graduate this year, and I'm just super excited for all of them. But yeah, so we've got her open house today. And then, of course, lots of open houses coming up in the future. I still, this is probably a sign of, you know, the fact that I just said this one's really hard for me. I still have not set up a date for my son's open house. I feel really bad about that, but it is going to happen. It's just a matter of me selecting and settling on a date. It's like, you know, I just don't want it to be real, maybe. I don't know what it is. But it's getting ridiculous at this point, I think. So I just got to pick a date. So yeah, I still have to do that. We've got several things to do in the house, just things that have been sitting and just need attention, and I got to get on all of it. I recently purchased a bookshelf for some more coloring stuff that I have, and instead of, you know, things sitting around in piles or in baskets everywhere, I've actually got a place for all of it to go now, so that's good. The bookshelf sat in my front room for a couple of days before I actually had the energy or drive to put it together, but it got done. It's together. It looks nice where it's at, and it'll be a good spot to keep my stuff when I, you know, get it all done and stuff and have a nice thing to show you guys. I'll give you another little tour of my crafty spaces. So I think I'll finally be able to have my books in 3 central locations now instead of 6 or 7 around the house. I'm constantly looking for books, trying to find where my stuff is, where did I put this book. So that'll be nice. Okay, so let's see. So I've got some channel news. So this week I did film a haul video. It's a smaller haul, but I just have to get that edited and I can get that out to you all. And then I also was working on yellow, and the same thing happened where I started a page and I just don't like it. So I don't know if I'm just going to scrap that one that I've been working on and add in something else. I don't know. But the yellow was a little trickier because I didn't really have a set kind of how-to in mind. It's just basically this is what I would color yellow and this is how I would do it. You know, it's not, I don't know what I was thinking when I picked yellow, but it is what it is. So I just got to get through Y and Z, and then like I said before, we can move on to the animals, which is really going to be fun, I think. I am trying to settle on a color along page. I had thought originally that I was going to do one from the pop manga Mermaids. Now I'm not so sure because I have some other really cool pages that I want to try to get done. But again, like the end of the month is creeping up. I can't believe it's already what's today, the 21st? Like, I have to get on it. It's got to happen next week, and I've got a stupid busy week next week, so I'm hoping that I can get the color along done for this month. But it'll all just kind of depend on how I'm doing. So yeah, my instinct lately when I have time to sit down is not to reach for my coloring. It's just to sit down and read a book. I've had a couple of days where I've noticed my my Instagram and my Pinterest usage was way, way up. So that's been a little bit of a sidetracking kind of thing as well. All right. All right, I don't hate this. I don't love it. Let's see what we can do with this tail. Okay, so I'm going to draw kind of lines following the direction of the tail. I can kind of do the same thing here. There we go. I think she kind of looks like she belongs there, at least. That's pretty cool. All right, add in some color to this. I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter, I think, than her tail. Not a ton, but some. Like this bigger area, I want it to be pretty light, so I might grab another color as well. Kind of make it look like it's highlighted there. Let me see what I got. I like this color. So we're gonna try this pink. Nope, I don't like that color. Let me try this pink rose and see if that's any better. That's a little bit better. Not quite, but maybe I can layer it a little bit and see if that will work. That works. All right. Darken that up a little. I haven't worked with Prismas in a Johanna book in a long time. It's been too long. I really like my Prismas. I've done a couple of Lulu Mayo pages recently, and I used different pencils. I used some Black Widows, and I used some, I don't even remember what the other pencils were, but nothing was working the way that I wanted it to, and I was really upset. And then I finally, I used some Brute Fooners, and those worked pretty well. And I was still just not like getting that enjoyment. And then I switched to my Prismas for a page that I'm in the middle of right now. And just, it was like, oh, this is what I've been needing. It was so easy to get the blends that I wanted, to make it was effortless to color the way that I wanted to, and I was really enjoying it. All right, I am gonna get my white. Try to blend this stuff out a little bit because it looks a little splotchy. All right. I know I said that I was still going to try to do some more of the collection videos, and that is still on my plate. I'm struggling. So I apologize, and I hope that you guys kind of can give me just a little bit of time to get some of this stuff done. Maybe it's just, twice a year I just got to step back a little bit. I mean, I still take like breaks and stuff. I took my spring break, and I'll probably take a break in the fall, but I don't know maybe it's just like, I don't know. just trying to get the motivation to do it has been a struggle. You know, and when I do it, when I actually sit down and do it, I enjoy it and I have fun doing it. It's not that. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what that part is, you know? All right, I just want to add a little bit of shadow where those little leaves would be. I thought about drawing another mermaid on the other side too, but I think that'll have to wait. Like, I have all these grand ideas and I'm just like, not having motivation to actually do anything. So maybe stop making plans that you're not going to be able to follow through on. I think once I get this mermaid done, then the rest of this will probably go pretty quickly. It's not like super complicated to color or anything. And it's a fun color palette, so I think I went with the color palette that I did because I didn't want greens, like, because typically when I see like these grassy kind of things or these leafy things, I'll go with a green, but I wanted something that was a little bit different, so we'll see how this goes. So on this page, I ended up drawing in the mermaid, this fish, this little leaf, and then this big fish. Those guys weren't on the page before. Oh, this still ends up looking about the same, doesn't it? I thought it was going to be lighter. Oh, well. Let's just try to get her done. Let's see. So the book series, I did have somebody ask me about the book series that kind of captivated me this last week. Well, not this last week, but the week before. And it was, unfortunately, I don't remember the name of it. It is by Jennifer Armentrout, I think. She has some YA books and some definitely not YA books. And I was reading more of the ones that are more not YA. But then this last series that I just kind of speed read was another one that was on my Kindle Unlimited little thing that I have. So, but it was a complete series. So it was 4 books. It was very, very YA, but it was still good. It was about a world where, like, they had a magic system set up where the regular people couldn't read or write. And if they attempted to write something, there was power in the words enough that it would, like, if you didn't have the ability to control the power, it would blow up and kill people. So these mages were the ones that were the only ones that were allowed to write, and then therefore the only ones that were allowed to learn how to read, because it was too much of a temptation if you knew how to read that you would try to write. So, but it was just a really neat, just an interesting magic system. And I thought it was okay. Like the writing itself was okay. I got frustrated a couple of times with the main character because she just kept making stupid decisions, but good surprise twist at the end, good happy ending, so that, you know, that makes me happy. But yeah, it was just an interesting magic system, and I think that's what kept me reading it for so long. So And so now I am looking for another book to read. I've got a list, thankfully, from several of you lovely people out there. But I'm hoping to get back into coloring a little bit more, so maybe today will be a good day for that. Although I have other things I got on my plate today, so we'll see. Let's see what else. My oldest is going to come home next week for my son's graduation, so that'll be nice. She'll be here and hanging out with us. And then my birthday is actually on the same day that my son graduates, so happy birthday to me. So that'll be nice. I'm gonna be 44. It just feels old to say, and I know some of you that are watching are older than that, and some of you, you know, are the same age or younger or whatever. But it just, you know, I know everybody kind of looks at themselves and was like, "Holy cow, how did that happen?" But my being 44 is not super hard on me. It's the fact that I'm gonna have 2 high school graduates. That's what's killing me. That's what's killing me. And I gotta figure out a way to wrap my head around it a little bit better. Okay. All right, I like that. I think I'm going to try to use a blender on the tail because oh, that has some stuff on it. Let's clean that off. Yeah. I am wanting a little bit less of the white space showing through. I really like this blender. All right, so color along. I was thinking of doing a portrait, and then I was thinking of doing another airy page, and then I was thinking of doing something in a book that I have only colored 1 page in and have never really worked in besides that. Trying to use some ink tints or something like that. And I just can't settle on one. I probably should have put a poll out there so that you guys could help me pick, but I didn't want to, just felt like I was setting myself up for, you know, having you guys be expecting something and then me not being able to deliver. So, you know, talking about it is one thing, but actually putting the poll out there, I feel that's like the, I don't know, me saying, yes, definitely going to happen, and then not being able to do it would just be like, ah. All right. All right, I like that. Let me clean this off. I'm going to work a little bit on her skin, I think, too. Don't want any weird streaks, though, so I need to clean that off really good. Got that clean? I think so. Oh, I did do some more drawing, and I did some coloring of my drawing, so that was fun. I only colored 1, but I've inked in a couple of other drawings, so we'll see. See if I can get around to doing some more in those. Okay, well, there's a mermaid. I feel like she needs something else. She needs like some sparkles or something. I might have to wait till the end of the page to do that, but maybe I'll just add in some white. Some white dotty things to her tail so she kind of looks like she's sparkling a little bit. Maybe. I'm not really sure how to... I know a lot of it is just like dotting. And then of course, this color is going to turn all those dots pink. Dang it. This Prismacolor, this specific one is so bad about turning the Posca almost immediately not white. It turns it pink, but I guess that's all right. We're just going to do a couple more dots here and then there we go. That looks cute. Yeah, the inspiration image, this was the hair color on that page, and I really liked the way that looked. So that's why I went with that. So yeah, I just have to use the rest of the colors to do the rest of this. Do a little bit of a background. I'm not going to do like the whole page blue or anything. I think I'm just going to kind of, well, maybe I'll just do some... Why don't I just do that now? I'm going to grab my chalk pastels. I have a nice turquoisey color in here that I can use. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. I got a pad here. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some and just go in, because then I can erase things or you know, when you burnish with your pencils, thankfully it creates that nice shiny glossy effect so that the chalk doesn't really affect the color of your pencils. So I don't have to worry too much about turning her blue. Yeah, I just want to get this nice lighter background on here, and then I can add in pencil and stuff to darken around like the inside of this little, what is that called? Flowy reef thing. And again, I can use my pencil to, or my eraser to make all those fish not be blue. Okay. All right, let me add in some of this other kind of green, turquoisey, jade, whatever color this is. This will kind of, I guess this does kind of make it turquoisey, doesn't it? I wonder if you guys can even see the difference in those colors. I know it's really light. Okay. I like that. I like that. Let's do one more color. I'm going to pick this one, I think. This one's a little darker, so I'm going to have to not press quite as hard. There we go. This will look nice. I'm going to add a little bit more green back in there too. All right. Well, that was a quick and easy background. I don't think I'm going to add too much more into that either. So, and because it's such a small amount, it won't be like coming off on the, won't be rubbing itself off or anything. And then I can just take my eraser and start going to town and cleaning up the things that I don't want to be blue anymore. And brush away. There we go. That's gonna be cool. All right, so sorry this is a shorter one. I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out, for listening. I do feel like this is a nice little therapy session for myself, so I really appreciate you guys watching and hanging out with me, and the fact that I have this outlet that I can just sit and talk for a little bit. So thank you so much, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.